Probably would help if I turn my mic on. Just going to point that out for the obviousness. Killing it, killing it. Dude, it's so nice to get some PvP action, though. I will say that. Emilio, what up? What up? What is crack-a-lackin'? Nothing much, man. We are good stuff, man. Yeah, we got there's a lot, man. There's a good bit, a good bit to cover. Yeah, man. Plus, you know, in the meantime, we get to watch some good PvP. Yeah, finally, man. Finally, we're able to get some good action that's going on. Now I know some things have been dying out. I think this is probably like the most PvP so far. I mean, I'll probably be doing some scouting on my second client just to see. But yeah, man, it's been nice that there's a little bit of action going on tonight. Yeah, especially because BDO opted to essentially do the second to take on the second zone too. And I'm sure GG's just loving it. Like I mean, they can't be mad at all. If anything, they're probably the most ecstatic. BDO kind of already got their fill, or at least a good bit, regardless if it's their fill or not. But man, they ended up getting a good amount of PvP in the other zone too. So yeah, dude, the fact that they were able to head over to a second zone too and continue getting action. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure both sides are happy, but I'm sure GG side is happier. Yeah, absolutely. And then obviously there's like the big ball dropper of TFS and SSG TFS. And just maybe how does that maybe change their zone 3? Because that could heavily impact how that's going to look. There's also registration for tomorrow at reset for the G3 KVK groups. And then, yeah, man, and then we're going to be live again tomorrow to watch some wars. So there's a lot's happening. Yeah, which is, I mean, I'll say, man, it's been really nice to see at least some continued PA. Because I will be honest, I was worried, just generally speaking, I was very worried that we were going to get into a situation where, just in short, we weren't going to be getting a lot of PvP action. There wasn't any guarantee that that BDL was gonna have to, or even need to, go and fight GG in the other zone. I mean, you have to imagine GG basically had built out the entire zone, or for their zone 2 at least, And they knew, they had assumed. I mean, I had there was a few people that had even reached out to me. Is we're not going to get any action in Zone 2, which is just having to prep for the level 4 pass, which kind of sucks because you have to imagine from their perspective before BDO opted to come over, they've gone from the start of the KVK. They would have been going from the start of the KVK, filling out Zone 2, filling out Zone 3, and then a couple Augur Stones before Final Zone opens, they would have gone all that entire length before seeing any action. So, I mean, this has to be, you know, a saving grace to them in some respects from just escaping pure boredom. Because I'll tell you, man, that's exactly the trajectory that they were on. And I'm sure probably they were like, oh man, well, this kind of really sucks. Yeah. I mean, on the other side, again, BDO is, I'm sure for them, it's, man, we just get to get more PvP. I mean, if you think about it, BDO and Echo are jamming right now, right? I mean, what was their, you know, even though they effectively kind of took on this 2v4, you know, what was the thing they said in the very beginning? They're doing it because they want to get the most amount of PvP that they can. At the moment, I mean, they're kind of living up to that, right? I mean, they said they wanted to fight nonstop. Now, what I would say is in BDO's case, if they had opted not to fight against GG, then yeah, I think that actually would have been a worse look on them. Because you can't sit there and say that you are going to truly fight as much as possible, but then you deny taking up a battle that you could have in a second Zone 2. So to me, I think this is a very crucial. I think this is so much bigger of a point right now that I think some people might just not really be taking it that seriously, or maybe glossing over, or it might just be not really be getting as much talk as it should. But I mean, BDO should be commended, to be honest, because they easily, them and Echo could have came out and just said, oh yeah, you know, we're going to do this 2v4. We want to have as much PvP as we can, but only when it's necessary, because this isn't really necessary for them. Right? This is optional. This is like you passing by the lady at a supermarket who's offering you free samples and you're like, oh no, thank you. Instead, they're like, no, nom, 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 I want all those free samples. So yeah, man, I think this is absolutely great. I think this is a fantastic showing right now from BDO. Regardless if they win or lose the Zone 2, they are fulfilling everything right now. At the moment, they are fulfilling everything that they said, them and Echo said they were going to do. You know? Because I can only imagine the potential memes and feelings that would have come out of this if they didn't go into the Zone 2, and then how would GG feel, but then how would other people be looking at them, especially when GG's just, like, they're asking, like, they're calling for it, man. Like, they got their hand up in class, and they're just waiting for BDO to pick them. So, yeah, man, I think this is absolutely fantastic. And, yeah, man, the fact that BDO wanted a second go at what effectively is a fresh kingdom. You know, it's not like BDO's been fighting anyone right now. So, no, I think this is absolutely fantastic. I mean, this is exactly what I would expect out of you saying you want all the smoke, you want all the juice, and you're showing up. So, no, I think it's great. On the other side, you know, the only chance I think Echo has to get anything is if WAO opts to do anything at this point. Which, you know, I mean, again, Captain and his guys aren't afraid to go out and fight, but, you know, if you can't field the amount of people that you need to, and I imagine they're probably healing at this point too, along with Echo and recuperating. But yeah, man, I mean, it's like, you know, you're gonna have to kind of pick and choose at that point. But yeah, it looks like Echo will probably end up being waiting unless WO decides to do a couple more skirmishes. God, man, yeah, I mean, but look, man, I mean, and the other thing about BDO, I'll say this, man, like they're going in. They're not just sitting there and waiting for GG to hit them, which would be fine as well, right? Because this is their second zone fight that they're going into, but they're still like, no, man, we're gonna take it to you. Yeah, it's been good to see. I'll say that. Absolutely has been good to see. Oh damn, they're even trying to go for the tower? Shit. Emilio says, some of the best KVKs happening now, one of the best I had a chance to be a part of. Oh, absolutely. I mean, listen, man, 6009, you know, 6000, the way 6009 has been playing out right now, I mean, I think it's absolutely, I mean, it's the strongest KVK group in history right now. They've basically have hit peak power between Six Kingdoms in there at 150 bill, right? So I think they broke the record by maybe like 4 or 5 bill from the last strongest one, somewhere around there. I know it's within 10. So yeah, I mean, you know what I mean? They've been delivering so far. It's not like, you know, it's not like we're getting, you know, weak fights at all. I mean, they've had active zones between the groups. So, you know, I mean, you got at most you were mainly going to get 2, which is what we got in this group, right? I believe it was mainly just the 2 fronts with Echo WoW and then BDO. Oh God, sorry. Who was over here? Why am I already forgetting their name? REC, right? REC. Thank you. Yeah. And then they opted, right? And they're not building at all. Oh no, I guess they are building, huh? Okay, yeah. So they are building a little bit. But I guess it's really maybe they just figured, and that's another part of what I was thinking too as well was like, you know, because they were pushed up pretty heavily, right? BDO was on the RAC territory. So I wonder if the decision was just more of, okay, you know what? We're not getting any action. Because there was that period where they were just sitting across the bridges. If you remember that, there was those 2 bridges they were just sitting behind and they weren't really getting any fights. So like, to me, you know, if that's the main reason why they opted to just say, okay, you know what, we're going to go ahead and go over to GG because there's now a better shot of us getting some action, then yeah, I mean, that makes sense, you know? And, you know, maybe REC cares, maybe they don't care. But I'll tell you who doesn't care right now, absolutely, or who absolutely doesn't care right now, that's BDO. Why? Because they're getting some action. Absolutely. So, you know, I'd say they got a little winner chicken dinner going on with just kind of what they're getting out of it right now. Absolutely. And I mean, they got good field presence too. It's not like they're just sending out 5 or 10 troops or marches, you know? I mean, they have a number of people active and online and GG as well. So, I mean, look, dude, even Chiz is out there, bro. Even Chiz is out there. My man's putting in some work. Even Shiz is on the field. Look at that. What a guy. My man's putting in work. Shayu, hey, what's up? Everyone's pretty much healed in WA and Echo. Oh, really? Says we haven't had a fight in days. Oh, okay. I mean, that makes sense. And again, I'm not saying everyone is fully healing right now, right? Maybe everyone could already be healed. I'm just saying some people could be healing still based on how much some were fighting. But yeah, I mean, I guess the real question is why aren't Echo and WAO fighting right now? Is it, I don't know, is it because of the keeps? Is it because of the bastions? Does it have nothing to do with that? And they're just, they just don't want to push through the ravines or the chokes right now. I mean, again, there's opportunity at that point. So, oh damn, what are they getting sandwiched? Oh man, I thought they were going to sandwich them from the back. But yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, man. I mean, if they can still fight, I'd love to see some more fighting. I just haven't. And again, maybe there's a good reason, but I don't know. I just wouldn't know what that is. I mean, that would maybe be my best guess. I mean, even when Zone 3 opens, which is still a little ways away, we're still not going to get any action until Level 4 Pass opens. So, yeah, I don't know. I am unsure on that one, good fellows. Yeah, but I mean, I guess maybe there could be something plausible. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but unless Echo is just more of like, okay, we'll just wait and react. Maybe that could be it. Maybe it's more of like, okay, we'll wait and react for to see if WO is going to push us. Maybe that could be the line of thinking, right? Maybe it's okay. We've pushed them. We're really close to their pass already. Maybe they're kind of putting the onus on that. Maybe they think to themselves, okay, well, you know what? It's on them to do the pushing now if they want to fight back for territory. I mean, and then I guess it depends on like how you feel about pushing someone to their pass or not. I mean, they could keep pushing, but I guess it also just depends on if they do that, then WoW is going to have to fight through the pass. And obviously, because their cities will probably be a little bit farther away, they're not going to have as fast as a replenishment as if they're fighting closer to the choke at that point. So, I mean, yeah, maybe in that case, maybe Echo's being considerate. Like I said, I'm not sure exactly what it is. I mean, I think there could be a couple reasons. And I mean, I think you also are going to get different alliances the way they're going to play it out. Some alliances and kingdoms don't mind pushing the others all the way back to their pass and just saying, "Look, dude, kick rocks. Like you're either gonna defend and hold this, or you're not." And then others, we've seen this in a number of KVKs where they just don't push them all the way back to the pass. Like they'll push them back to maybe wherever the last choke points are or close to the pass, but it will never be fully. So I guess it just depends on what your line of thinking is and I maybe to them they're also considering, well, what is going to maybe give us the best odds of getting some more PvP in Zone 2 as well, right? Are we more likely to do that if we, push them all the way to the pass, rally some cities maybe if we get the chance, remove their territory, or do we think it's more likely if we just kind of let things stay the way they are and maybe they'll push us? Yeah, man, it's a conundrum. Tis a conundrum. Yeah. Blunt, what's up, man? Blunt says, what do we push them to pass? And easier to get merit and choke than pass. Okay. Yeah, and like I said, maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's just simply, listen, man, if you feel like there's better PvP opportunity when they're not pushed all the way back to the pass, then absolutely. And I will say this, I have seen WoW fight. It's not like they haven't fought since the PvP has slowed down. They've done a little bit. It just hasn't been, incredibly consistent and in high volumes of consistency right at that point. But they have done some skirmish fighting. Would they have done that maybe same amount of skirmish fighting if they were at the pass? Maybe, maybe not. But yeah, again, if that's the likelihood and that's the thinking behind why Echo hasn't pushed them back, I think that's fair. Like I said, I think it just really depends on, where you find it. And do you think it's more likely they're going to fight with where they are, or, if they're pushed back more? Mark, what's up, man? Echo playing with their foot instead. Oh, sorry. Oh, foot, my bad. You said Echo playing with their food instead of zone locking. I mean, I guess that could be one aggressive if we need to use a animal feeding reference. That could be one way of putting it. I mean, I think no matter what, man, if WAO wants to get some more action out of it, they're in a position to do so, right? Maybe they might feel less inclined if they were pushed all the way back to the pass. Regardless if they feel that way or not, I think it's fair to say that could be. So yeah, I mean, if that's the case, maybe they will. Maybe they'll be more willing to go out there and do that, because otherwise it's going to be a minute. If WoW opts to not do any more fighting from now until Zone 3 opening, the next time we're going to see any action is going to be when the level 4 pass is open, which is basically a week and a half away. Like, are they okay? And that's my thing. It's like, if you're fully healed or you've done a decent amount of healing, why not go out and fight some more? I mean, I just don't know if the argument could be, well, we're just going to stock resources, save up, and just do PvE stuff for the next week and a half, when you probably could still make the argument, we'll go out and fight a little bit more. Even if we're not going to drain ourselves as fully as we did before, maybe we'll still go have some big fights, but then just make sure that we're ready to go, once Zone 3 opens, which, I mean, technically, it's not even then. You don't have to be ready until level 4 pass opens. So we'll see. But, yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what the thought behind it is. And I haven't been watching 24/7, I imagine, like everyone. But, yeah, maybe we will get a little more action. That'd be lovely. Shuei says, wish Pass 3 a real zone opening. Was a real zone opening, yeah. I mean, this is my thing. Right, and I've said this before, but kind of the variant of this is I would love, like, I'll give you an example. I'd love for the level 3 pass to open into Zone 3, right? And then let's say you're in Zone 3 for maybe 1 chapter's worth, maybe 2, right? But no more than 2. So what I mean is you're in there for 1 chapter, and either that chapter, once that next chapter ends, the level 5 pass opens, or it opens on the 2nd chapter. So this way, you're maybe only in Zone 3 for a couple days, right? Maybe somewhere like 2.5 to maybe 3.5 days, maybe 4.5 at the most. Like, I think that's plenty of time to fill out Zone 3, and then you just open Zone 5. You open level 5 pass, and you go right into it. Because with the way this map is set up, because you're not getting any action once you get into Zone 3, Zone 3 doesn't have to be open for that long. I think you could maybe fill out Zone 3. Like, if you say, look, we're going to leave it open for 2 to 3 days, and then you have the 12-hour cushion for when the next pass opens, I think that's fine. I think 3 to 4 days is easily enough time in Zone 3. Some might argue maybe it's too much. But then at that point, you have the level 5 passes open, and then now you're getting into the action, right? So you have a way shorter Zone 3, level 5 passes open, you get right into the bulk of the action, and then a week after that or so, then you can have the level 4 passes open. I mean, that to me, I think could be a better way of going about it as well. Yeah, I mean, and like I said, I'd like to see them make some adjustments to the map. I think, again, to me, like I said, I think the best way they can really do it is go into zone 3, have that be a shorter zone, then open the level 5 passes, let that stay open for a week, and then you could open the level 4 passes. I think if they did that, people would have a more enjoyable overall KVK because you'd get action in zone 2. The level 3 passes open, and you only have to wait a couple days at the most, and then you go right into zone 5. So you get to zone 5 faster, or sorry, zone 4 / the FZ, right? So you get there faster. And then you get to you don't have to worry about fighting from behind you from the level 4 pass, at least for a week or so. And then eventually that opens. And then you can have all the other passes open, intermittently after that. Right. So then people can go from the level 5 pass from zone 4 through your level 5 pass to get to an enemy zone 3. You can go into an enemy zone 2, then you could eventually maybe go into an enemy zone 1, maybe like the very last week, or maybe the last 3 days of a season, or something to that effect. I think that would be fine. But that's what I'm saying. I think they still have some opportunity here on the map to improve the way that the pass is open and the way that you can then get into a pass from the other side. And that's what I'm hoping that they'll do. I'm hoping they'll make those adjustments for when G1 and G2 go into the next season. Because like I said, I think the map is a few tweaks away from being the absolute best KVK map that we've had so far. I still argue this is the best KVK Tamaris map variant, specifically Tamaris, that we've had thus far at the moment. But again, right, it still has some opportunities. Dozer size. Looks like they're just going for the typical overlay ball layer. Playing out some NTS SIG cards. Ooh, while we're watching this, let me go and take a look. So again, let's maximize some time. Let me go and see where if there's any other action going on in any of their KVKs where we get to enjoy the BDO and the GG fight. Yeah, let's speed run through these real quick. Oh, damn, dude. NF and 14BS NF versus 14BS and VP 22 got some decent troops on the field. Yeah, looks like they might be seeing some action. Let's write that down just in case. That could be an opportunity. Maybe later. Yeah, man. If you guys are, as always, man, if you guys are enjoying hanging with us, make sure you throw us a. Because that was a lot. Thanks. So we found one backup. Let me check 6003. I think that was CNN Dojo. Oh, damn, it is, dude. Damn, wow, CNN is going up against DK and Mojo right now. Put some work in. Jeez, okay, let's write this down. Nice. That could be a backup if we need. Okay, I mean, there's and these are Gen 1, by the way, too, as well. Like these two that I've just named. These are Gen 1 KVK groups. Dude, wild stuff, man. Even Gray and SVR in Gen 1 are going at it too. Wow, dude, that's 3 already? Oh my gosh. Dude, that's, I still think the GGBDO one is the largest so far. As far as, just generally having the most active players. Minotaur. What's up? What's up? BDO accused one of their players of spying, kicked him out of the alliance, and can't join any alliance. Oh, interesting. Did they confirm? Or I should say, was it confirmed that the player actually was, or no? That's just the speculation right now. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to find where the thing was posted for the TFS thing. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. I think I found it. Because I think Alpha posted it to me. Or had put it somewhere. Yeah, damn it. I gotta go way up here to find this. Yeah, this is where it started in the afternoon. Yeah, Nathan, let me I'm just trying to find this post that I made. I know Alpha mentioned man, 10 bucks I went way too far up, I bet you. Let me I know what I'm gonna do. Hang on. Yeah, let me turn my stream remote off and then we'll do from. Let me find my name. Oh, I think this is it. I think I found it. I think I found it. Oh yeah, here it is. So I think Alpha posted this. Yeah. I think he said it's yeah, if this is right, he's saying I'm gonna plug this into as well on our sheet and then we can talk about it. But yeah, I haven't read everything, but yeah, let me do this. There we go. Yeah, so yeah, I guess now from what and I probably will still need to confirm this, but yeah, from what Alpha said, and I think Alpha's Echo, if that's right. I think he was telling me, or maybe he's EIS, one of them. I think. But he told me it's SSG TFS WB versus EIS NTS, and then A2G is solo. So yeah, that's what's been reported at the moment. Yeah, let me see where the first mention of it is. Somebody mentioned it today. Oh yeah, 246. Yeah, that's when someone mentioned it. Okay, yeah. Looks like Vicky asked this at about 246 today. I'll have to read through some chat to catch up. Yeah, because it looks like she asked in Gen Chat, did TFS SSG ally? But yeah, that's what I know at the moment. I don't know if that's been discussed or sorry, if the matchup itself has been different. I'll show what the numbers look like too as well here in a moment. Just give me a second. Let me plug it. Yeah, let me give me a sec here. Let's figure this out. Yeah. Okay, so let's do this. This is what the matchup was. Now let's do what the matchup is. Where's my stuff? Here we go. Okay, yeah. So give me a sec. I'm gonna plug in what the matchup is, or sorry, what the matchup's gonna be now, so you guys can see it. Oops, gotta make sure we stay focused. Ooh, so they're getting the flag down. Wow, damn, though, BDO's putting in some work. Okay, so it's A2G solo, huh? I mean, might as well just put them with the other team at that point. Jeez. So it's EIS. Yeah. Okay. Yes. I had to switch EIL. Yeah, we gotta switch EIL and TFS. So let's do that. Cool. Okay, then you're gonna be all blue. Got it. All right. Yeah, I'll show you guys what the numbers look like here once I finish. Okay. Let me just make sure all the numbers are right here. 293, 295. Yep, no, it still looks good. Let me just double check this real quick. Oh, so I didn't know I could use my keyboard. I didn't know I could use my directional keys to. That's pretty cool. We see 293, 295. That looks good. And this is 297, 299. Oh, let's fix that. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so I think we're good. So SSG, yeah. So yeah, so what was told to me was that it's what was told to me was that the matchup was going to be now SSG TFS WB versus EIS NTS versus A2G. But I mean, let's be real. If SSG, even if that's the case, if SSG, TFS, and WB are fighting together, the other three are fighting beat up on A2G, right? They would probably rather fight SSG, TFS, WB, and then hopefully A2G joins in. So we'll kind of operate under the assumption that A2G is just going to fight with EIS and NTS in the 3v3. Yeah, but basically that's it. I'll show you guys the numbers in a sec. Minotaur said someone sent a screenshot to Duz about the player commenting on the officer's decision to go GG way. Bad decision, and they should focus and on RAC. Then the player was accused of being a spy. What? Someone sent a screenshot to Dez about the player commenting on the officer's decision. Oh, okay. Oh, about some player doing that. Okay. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if that's really screaming spy-like behavior, but I'm sure that might just be a snippet of what's happening. Okay, so let me show you guys what the numbers look like now. And again, keep in mind this data was pulled a combination of the 9th and 14th for March, right? So about 3 weeks ago. So this is what the numbers look like at the moment. So in their matchup, this is how it looks, right? Now, keep in mind, I believe this was one of the matchups that they were trying to get to. And when I had, if you want to say assisted or just did something where I had asked everyone, hey, this was one of the two matchups that they were okay doing. And everyone had agreed to at least one of them, with everyone except one alliance agreeing to the second, or just not hard agreeing, I should say. And so this is what it looks like now, where, again, the numbers, shockingly aren't that bad. I think you have a couple things going for it here. So I think the obvious ones we look at would be the fact that there's, what am I looking at? 19 more 100 mil pluses that are on the EIS NTS A2G side. There are, what is it, 16, 32, 48 more 60 mil pluses. They also have about 2 bill more power. Again, if I can get some recent data, we'll look at how that looks kind of going into the cross zone 3, right, for level 4 passes to see if that maybe has changed anything. But as of now, that's how that looks. Merits, obviously way more in favor for WB, TFS, SSG. In addition to that, they also have a higher PvP engagement percentage, meaning essentially more players are willing to fight. So, you're at more than 50%. You basically have a 5.55%, which is a little more than half. You have a 13 bill advantage on kills. Deads, you have a, was that 175 million advantage? Heals actually goes in favor of the EIS and TSH2G group, right? So they have about 3 bill more. I mean, I think if you're offsetting the 19 more, I don't think 19 is that big of a number when you think about how many they already have. So I think that's kind of marginally smaller. Then you look at, right, so 19 more 100 mil pluses, 46 more 60 mil pluses in favor of the EIS and TS A2G group, but you have better PvP engagement. You got more merits. You got more kills and more players willing to take deads on the TFS SSG WB side. So maybe it evens out, right? Maybe those numbers even. I don't think this is bad. I actually think that this is pretty close. I think this could have maybe been a little bit better. I think there was one other variant where the numbers looked a little more favorable, but this is not awful, and I don't think this is bad by any means. But this is basically what we have now. However, the challenge, I think, then becomes, well, how does that look on the map, right? So maybe we'll look at that during the next kind of downtime where we can look at their KVK and look at, okay, well, if this is the matchup now, how could the zone 3s play out? I think that would be interesting to take a look at. So maybe we'll do that when there's the next downtime. Oh, Miller says, I don't think A2G is solo. Yeah, they might not be. It could have just been what Alpha had sent in the Gen chat. Maybe it was something he heard, or maybe he just wasn't 100% sure. Like I said, I do think it's more likely that we just end up seeing a 3v3. Even if A2G or anyone else is solo, it just, at this point, if it wouldn't do them really any good, I think, in that case, for them to decide, okay, well, yeah, we're going to do a 3v2v1. I don't think that really makes a lot of sense. Unless A2G, takes the stance of, okay, we're just going to 1v5 everyone. I don't think that's going to happen. Yeah, but dude, some of the memes, though, have been pretty funny that have been coming out. I've never heard of her. Show you, geez, man. That's just too funny. Yeah. But what I will say, what I think is funny about the situation is originally they had agreed to do that 2v2v2, right? Which, keep in mind, I believe their KVK group is the second largest KVK group, right? So if you look at this, originally they opted to do this two, this pair, oops, hang on, this pair, and this pair. So it was effectively a 2v2v2. And there wasn't really any indication, I think, that we were maybe going to see some kind of a switch up with them going from this to then to a 3v3. Why? Because the belief was at that point that they were at an impasse. There wasn't anyone agreeing. So what I think is interesting is how you go from being enemies to now basically frenemies / besties. So, because I don't think they were going to do anything with NTS or EIL. So maybe to them, they thought, okay, well, because WB was working with TFS, right, in their group. So maybe they thought, okay, well, maybe we have better odds of getting SSG or A2G at that point as a teammate if we just discuss with them individually. So maybe that's just what ended up happening. Maybe it was just, okay, we're going to reach out to SSG leadership as TFS, or maybe SSG reached out to them. And at that point, it's like, all right, well, they're maybe they think to themselves, well, this is you know, maybe that we need this to happen. So I wonder if they did it because they want to have a better potential final zone, or maybe they did it to avoid some potential zone 3 and cross zone 3 matchups with the level 4 passes. Could be. Stan the man coming in with the super chat, with the dono. Thank you. Good, sir. What up, homie G? Man, we just chilling. We chilling like some villains right now, man. I'm going to get some confetti in the chat for you because you're such a baller. Yeah. Nah, man, appreciate you. Means a lot. Means a lot. Yeah, man. We're just watching some wars. We're talking about the SSG TFS stuff. There's a couple other fights that are going on too as well. So like if this ever slows down, then we got a couple others we can go and watch. But this one's been pretty action-packed so far with some minimal delays and setups. But yeah, man, tomorrow there should be some good fun because tomorrow there's actually two big things happening. Tomorrow is the registration. So we're most likely going to stream that. So there's Gen 3 registration. So I'll show that to you guys right now. So we have, where is it? Yeah, so right here. So all these kingdoms, right, in Gen 3, there's quite a few. And I think Pre-Strife already went in to theirs. I think I think this is them. Maybe. Either them or they went into, it might have been Dragonfall, I think, or Winners Upon Us, maybe. Yeah. I think one of those. But unless they just moved everyone in pre-war here into Season of Strife, maybe. But this is a pretty big group. So they already started. Their registration, as I said, is going to be kicking off tomorrow at reset. So we will be watching that to see who's going to register, who's not. If I get some time tomorrow, I want to be able to go through the kingdoms. And even if it's just grabbing the top alliance power, just so we have something to go off of. At least until I get some from Fuzzy. Ooh, but yeah. So yeah, we might be doing that. Maybe also, there might actually be another big war because I believe Gen 1 should be opening. Let me see real quick what they have. I believe they should be opening Final Zone. Let me see what I have here. I thought I took some notes down. Let me double check on this. Yeah, I think it should be. Well, I'll have to double check here. Let me go see. Actually, I can maybe go double check now. 43. Let's see. Yeah, but I'm pretty sure. So like I said, there's at least 2 or 3 things happening tomorrow night. So we'll most likely be streaming again tomorrow night, but probably earlier. So. Yeah, so it is. So yeah, I just had to go double check. So yeah, level 5 passes open tomorrow for the Gen 1. For the Gen 1 KVK groups. The main thing to go and look at is how have things maybe shifted with the matchups, because obviously some Zone 3s have been taken over. So that, I think, has a little bit of worry. They're like, let's just go on the outside, which is smart. I mean, hit it from the east side, if anything. I was over here like, yo, is no one going to go hit this straggler? Yeah. Deca, what's up, man? Set up your Legion. What do you mean? Ooh, also, I think there is some action, right, that was happening here in 1. We can go take a look here for a bit. and then head back to BDO and them. Or there was. Let's see, is it still going on? Nope. Okay, so they paused. I don't think there's anything going on over here, but I know there was 2 others we had. Stan, I'm about to go smoke that shit. Cheers, broski. Cheers. I appreciate you. Additional note, you do not have to give a dono every time you chat, but I appreciate it. I appreciate it. You have a good smoke, my man. This guy kills me. Kills me. Let me see. Is DTF, do they have anyone? No, okay, they're good. So what was the other one I had on here? If we can, Gino. It was 6003. It was Mojo, DK Mojo CNN. They were supposed to be fighting. Let me check real quick if they are still maybe going at it. If not, we'll just go back and hang out with BDO and them. But they were fighting a little while ago. Yeah, it was right here. CNN, DK, Mojo. I think it was here. Oh, wow. Okay, so so they're chilling now. Okay. Yeah, so it looks like they did stop a little bit, but that's where they were fighting there. And then 6005, it was SVR Gray on the Western Zone 2, or sorry, Western Zone 3. Which, oh crap, where's SVR? Yeah. Oh, I guess they paused. Okay, yeah, because they were fighting right here on that ravine, but okay. I guess they're not. Ooh, what's that? Look at that, dude. Echo Wow got a little notification there. Okay, so I mean a few. There's not too many people, man. This is giving us these false alerts here. Okay, did they go? Okay, we might get some. They're instigating. They're instigating right now on that keep. And if they keep sending more, we'll probably get a little skirmish here in a sec. No. Nope. Sorry, hopefully I muted myself there. I thought I did. Yeah, let me see if we can find some more action going on. Because again, like I said, we did have 3 earlier. But, you know, like with anything, that could have just died out. So we were at 9. What about 10? No, probably not there. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Maybe a teeny bit. Okay, okay. Maybe we'll get a little ramp up. I wonder if AC and BXS are still going at it. That actually is something that somewhat interests me. Dude. Oh, are they? Oh, man, there's a bunch of BXS people. Okay. I mean, they're fighting, but it's not like a super amount. But we'll mark it down just in case. Yeah, while we keep hunting. Oh, here we go. We got more moving now. Oh, it's just a statue fight. Dang, I thought that was going to be a little bit more, but it wasn't. Okay, yeah, that looks like it. So it looks like there's 2 fights going on right now. I'll hang out in 14. So if this dies out, we might be able to watch AC and BXS if they keep going at it. Dude, also, new Windbreaker came out today for any anime fans out there. Season 2 kicked off with episode 1 today. It was actually pretty good. Definitely tapping a little bit more into the emotional side of the protagonist. Part of me wonders if RAC has said anything publicly about BDO going and fighting GG. Because I don't know if I've seen anything. Damn, dude, BDO does not care, man. They're just like, all right, we're going to go as deep as we can, and we'll get this flag. Mm. That would have been nice if he knew. Okay. Well, I mean, there's that too. Yeah, I've been trying to collect. For some of you guys that were here with us yesterday, we were going through. We were going through and trying to put together kingdom builders on the market right now that placed in the top 50 for the top grossing leaderboard for United States on under the strategy category, which basically is right the games that make the most money. And on top of which also the games that had a good influx of new player downloads as well. And so we finally figured out what our 15 was going to be, and I started reaching out because again we know the numbers for COD. Like we know the players to unlock first T5, about how long that's been taking, second, third, fourth T5, and then all T5 units. We know free-to-play players that have hit VIP 15, even with Ragnar being the first free-to-play player to break 100 mil, right? That's a milestone in of itself. But the one thing we don't know when we're trying to figure out who are the most, which games are the most free-to-play friendly, meaning which games can you get to end game the fastest, and then also which games allow for you to sustain PvP the longest, right? By how many troops you can train overall as well by certain milestones. That is what we're trying to figure out. So when we were building all that together, I thought, okay, well, we already have the stuff for COD. What game are we going to do next? And I thought, okay, well, the next game we'll probably do is going to be Rock. Why? Because Rock is the most popular, arguably, out there right now. It gets the most amount of average views on YouTube. It has really good engagement in PvP. There's a lot of healthy kingdoms in the game. It just makes sense. And on top of which, it's also, basically the sister game to COD. So that's what we've been doing. So I basically kind of been on this rabbit hole journey since yesterday of going down and hopping in a bunch of Discords, messaging and trying to figure out all these different free-to-play players. And we've already got some numbers. I've got 2 players that have given me numbers so far on when they unlocked their first T5 troop, but I still need more, right? So I'm still kind of going down this rabbit hole of messaging more people, waiting for some replies. I'll probably continue messaging some more too as well, if we ever do that in another stream, or if I do that off stream too as well. But that's something that I've been building up. So I just had someone else reach out to me who's like, yeah, I unlocked it like 5 years ago, but I can't remember. I'm like, oh, well, that doesn't help me. So, okay, let me check some chat here. Oh boy, Stan the man. This guy. I'm back. We high up there. Oh, Stanoski, thank you. As always, it means a lot. It means a lot. I'm going to throw some confetti in the chat for you. Too good. Dream, what up, baby? I think COD is more free to play with all the events and gem farming. Yeah, I mean, it could be. What I can tell you right now is the numbers that I have currently to show. What is it real quick? Where's crapola? Hold up. Where's my thing? Yeah. So I'm sorry. I have 3 numbers so far. I will show this to you guys because you're here hanging with your boy, and it's always appreciated. So yeah, my bad. Let me just skadoosh myself. Go over here to the. Okay, there we go. Okay, feeling better. I'm trying to get my face to the corner, so it makes it easier for you guys if I'm just a little bit as least amount of facial space on the screen. But here is what we have so far. So for those of you curious, right? So I got 3 numbers so far that we have. I think these are 20. Do I have all these at 20? Oh, I don't. Crud sickle. Hang on, let's do it like this. Okay, here we go. So this is what we got at the moment, right? So we have 450 is the lowest I have so far. We have 698 and 1,000, right? If I do these in order, we can, oh yeah, I haven't even sorted this yet, huh? So we'll do I guess it would be A to Z, right, for lowest, yeah. So at the moment, fastest that we've seen it done in COD, 420 days. Fastest we've seen it done in Rock that I at least officially have is 450. I think there was one other person, I can't remember what the day was. I have to go and see now. This guy named Socks, I think he told me what his was. I don't know if I wrote it down yet, though. Oh, okay, yeah, here we go. So Socks is 400. I think he said 400 for his first. And I want to put him down. And this is actually someone who's in GT 60, which is like, I think 1960, if that's what it is. So this is like one of the top kingdoms in the game and top Arc and Osiris League peeps. I think they've won Osiris League before. So 400 is the fastest that I've seen so far. I don't know how fast. I'm trying to think right now. I don't know how fast. Who is it? Who's the guy right now? 12-inch. I don't know how fast 12-inch did his in. I know Socks quoted me around 400 days, so he said it could have been plus or minus, so I just put him at 400 for the first. But that kind of shows you I have 4 numbers already from Rock on players that have done it. So keep in mind, Rock has been out a lot longer. You know, there's been more opportunities to kind of fine-tune and to kind of, you know, establish game planning for breaking records, especially in how fast free-to-play could hit something like a T5. I think someone said they might have done it in about 300 or so days, was what someone told me, but I haven't seen that confirmed yet by anyone at the moment. And like I said, I only have a small set of numbers currently. So again, my plan is to fill this out a lot more. I'm still waiting to hear back from a few others. And once I do, right, I'll have a better idea on, you know, I think for me, it's not really necessarily about finding out who does it the fastest. For me, what it really is about is figuring out who does the average the fastest, right? So out of everyone we have, what's the average amount of days based on all the numbers we get? And then where are the groups? Where are the sets within the range? So do we have like a lot of people that are doing between 500 and 600 days? Okay, well, maybe that's more indicative of, on average, how long it takes to unlock your first T5 in COD. Maybe Rock, it's maybe more 600. Maybe it's 500 to 600 there. Maybe 600 to 700. But we just need to collect a lot more so we can figure that out. Because I think that's the way you look at it if you're going to compare which games are a little bit more free-to-play friendly. Is it's not necessarily the people who are doing it the fastest, because the people who are unlocking T5 the fastest are most likely going to be, number one, very, very active free-to-plays. 2, they're most likely going to be in a mid to high spending alliance, probably somewhere on the later end. And then number 3, they're just going to have more general opportunities to reap rewards and benefits, because they're probably also going to be in a stronger alliance, stronger kingdom. And when you are in one that is stronger and more active, you also have more opportunities on the PvE side through other events and through things like rewards and resource collections. So, you know, I think it's important to kind of state some of those obvious things, but once you get to maybe more of the kind of cream of the crop or the middle of the crop, I think that's where you're looking at, okay, this is probably what more of the average duration and time it would take for maybe a free-to-play who's in like a low spend, maybe low to mid spending alliance. I think that's a little bit more accurate for what we're probably talking about. Yeah. Let me see if AC and them are going at it. Because, oh yeah, here we go. Let's see. Because they were just fighting. I just saw them. Oh, wow, look at that. Okay, never mind. So not anymore. Okay, they were here. It looks like they're not, and BXS has about 11 minutes on the flag. So yeah, it doesn't look like we're gonna get any actiones. Ooh, let's see if Laws and MFD got something going on. If not, we'll just hang out with the BDO group for Aminoto. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. 11. I don't think so. NTS, no. Yeah, I don't think so. Ooh, let's go back up here though. Maybe we'll get lucky. Maybe we'll see something with Echo. Nope, they're chilling. Okay. I mean, they're chilling. They're waiting. They're waiting. Yeah, it's all good. We'll hang out here until one of them decides we're gonna make a move. Mm. This guy, bro. There was no one there, and then he just sits down. It's like, man. Damn, the disrespect on the yawn. Damn, my boy did that and then dipped out on Blink. Jeez. Oh, here we go. Okay. Maybe it's coming down now. Maybe they're just waiting for the rally. Wait, what? That starts it? Okay. What's this? Ooh, GG trying to hit the southwest play there and maybe trying to pin or sandwich? Interesting. I wonder if this is their first time doing that, because I didn't notice that they had troops down here on the southwest. Oh, there's Bodie. Yeah, man, I wish I could remove the little text thing here. Chris, what's up, man? Yo, yo, yo. Good evening, good evening. Yeah, man, just hanging out, watching some good old-fashioned BDOGG. Just chomping it up, having a good old time. Just happy that there's still some ongoing PvP, to be honest. You know, I think like we were talking about earlier, man, the worries just, was it going to die off at this point? But thankfully, man, we're still seeing a couple groups with some lingering action going on, and BDOGG seems to be the most consistent and has been going on the longest as of now, which is nice because it at least gets us until tomorrow, when we should be seeing some ramped up PvP happening out of hopefully a good amount of the G1 KVK groups. Yeah, but for now we get to enjoy some Zone 2 PvP from a G2 group. Drew says you have insider knowledge on who's pushing. Who's pushing who? You mean as far as are there any ongoing fights currently? Is that what you mean? At least besides BDOGG. Chris says, I wish there wasn't a punishment after farming 1,000 gems. Yeah, I feel like I've been coming around to that and more so agreeing with that there probably shouldn't be a limit. I mean, especially just because, you know, at a certain point, part of me just feels like, man, like that could help. That could help. Like when you think about catch-up mechanics, eventually at a certain point in time, free to play is going to have, you know, max buildings, or they're going to have everything kind of level 24 before that main push to 25, or even at a point where like they have, you know, if they're able to gather constantly, you'll get to a point where you have enough resources to last you a minute. And you'll probably consider, man, I can go ahead and start farming some of these gems now for a little bit in between. I mean, if I look at this idea on like who would it benefit more of? Personally, I think it would benefit the free to play low spend a lot more than it would the mid or high spenders, because you know a lot of what we've been seeing is players not overly pushing, and as far as pushing power, right? Quite a few people, you know, kind of hang out around that, you know, 200 mil range. So as far as like, you know, what you're trying to get to, like that, what, 250 for what we've heard. So, you know, it's not necessarily, you know, this isn't necessarily something that you're seeing people push beyond that point, right? You're usually seeing them push to the point of where they can get close to that, whatever it is, what is it, the 2 mil healing cap? So at that point, if you're not needing to really heavy push beyond that, you know, you're probably looking for the gems to just more so sustain on the higher end, and then obviously maybe do some troop training here and there. But personally, I think it would really help out the free to play and low spend if they did remove it, because I just think there's more of an incentive. I think there's more of a reason for those particular players to go out and grind. Yeah. Dream said, I thought you said people were getting ready to push tomorrow. Might have heard it wrong. Yes. No. Yes. So there is action happening tomorrow. We did talk about that. So after scouting all of the G1 KVK groups, their level 4 passes should be opening tomorrow morning. So tomorrow, when I get off, probably will be about maybe 7 to 8 hours after most of the passes open for the final zone for those 8 G1 KVK groups. Then we'll be streaming right when I get off. So probably it'll be around 22 UTC, give or take. And then as long as there's action happening in any of the final zones, we will be streaming that. But yeah, that should be exciting. And also, once reset hits tomorrow, the G3 KVK groups, or the G3 pool right now that is in pre-war for Season of Strife, their registration starts tomorrow. So we can start to see who's registering and who's not. So yeah, there's definitely a few things happening tomorrow. So you did hear right. You did hear right. Yeah. Zalu, what's up? Wow, Justin is still doing the streams and content. I remember the Halo content And the team house 13 years ago, how things been? Good, man. Good. Wow, man, you're really you're taking me back. Taking me back there. Now. Yeah, I'm not sure everything that you remember watching back then at that time, but yeah, man, geez, those were the OG days for sure. Back before I was ever even gosh, geez, man, that's a while ago. That was back before I was ever even doing streaming. That was back when I was just doing coaching and analysis, kind of like some news content here and there. Things like match reviews and back in the Halo COD and Gears of War days, even a little bit of Rainbow Six here and there. But yeah, wow, that's yeah, that was a while ago. Always nice to see some friendly and familiar faces from back in the day. It's been a minute. Well, more like years. Oh. Hmm. Oh, look at that, dude. They're throwing a bastion down. Oh, boy. Oh, that's rough. I wish they didn't. See. All right, let me see. Zelu says that's so cool. Do you still do do the coaching or something else? So yeah, no. I mean, not really. No, not honestly, man. Ever since that period, no, really haven't. Really, honestly, haven't really ever kind of got back into it. Not to say that I wouldn't, or that it's not something that I think would be really interesting to get involved with again. Just not something that I've really done. I haven't looked too much into the scene at the moment, so I don't really kind of know, if things have improved since, I was doing it, or if things are just kind of still the same. My guess would be that things are probably about the same, and there probably hasn't been, a super big amount of movement when it comes to kind of the pushing of the standard and the overall quality that kind of FPS coaches, at least on the console side, which kind of goes into like those Halo, Call of Duty, and Gears style games, you know, were seeing a number of years ago. I mean, don't get me wrong. If they have been, that's fantastic. I just that doesn't seem like maybe that would be the highest. Like if I had to bet, you know, a decent amount of money, I wouldn't guess that that probably is happening. But as far as me, no, really haven't done anything, at least on that front. I guess you could say that what I'm doing now, for some of the things that I do in Kingdom Builders, which is kind of this 4X strategy genre for mobile games that's, you know, pretty popular, is, you know, there's a level of management that you typically see with kind of in alliances and or kingdoms that actually is kind of almost like an expanded version, or kind of like the next level, if you will, of coaching in a sense. So shockingly enough, I kind of still get a little bit of that fill, even though it's not kind of coaching in a more high octane environment. But yeah, definitely could be fun to maybe return into something one day. It's just not something that I've really ever that I've really looked into at this time. Oh, they're throwing a tower down. I wonder if they're going to go try and address that. Like Blink's going up there just to watch the tower. Oh, they're coming to the rally. It's a Mexican standoff. Let me see if I don't think they're probably they're zone 1. I don't think so. Long zone 1, no. Zone 1, 2. What's this one? 24. I don't think so. We can take a look, but I don't think so. Oh, were they? Okay. Ooh. Nope. Okay. I was like, is there anything really going on there? Yeah, no, I don't think so. Asta, what's up, man? Look at Cat Farm. BDO spy most likely spawning Elianas to block TPs. Oh, where's that? Are they? Oh, are they somewhere around here? Like if I go look for them on territory, or is that in the RAC territory? Or is that here on the GG territory? Yeah. Zelu, yeah, man, right on. Well, best of luck in all the do. Thanks, man. I appreciate, man. Always happy to see, like I said, a blast from the past. Absolutely. Appreciate you hanging out. Yeah, the cat farm, is that, where is that though? Is that on the BDO territory near GG, or is that on the RAC territory? Or the RAC zone 2 side, I should say. Just because BDO has territory on the RAC side, not on the GG side yet. But I guess technically, if they're saying they're doing the Elianas, they could be blocking in front of the pass on the GG side as well. Yeah. Loopy, what's up, man? Chilling. Just hanging out. We are watching some BDO GG. They've been going decently hard at each other back and forth. But looks like they're doing a little bit of waiting right now, as there's a Bastion going down for BDO, which again sucks to see. And then there was something going down over there north of that, where it looks like GG threw a tower down. So we'll see how much they get off that, or maybe not a lot at all. Yeah. Besides the RSS center near the Alliance Keep. Okay. Did they move? You said over here. So here's the keep, or here's two keeps. I don't see on this side. Besides RSS center, you said it's, look at Cat Farm. Cat Farm. Left side. I don't see it. Here? Oh, sorry. Or mine. Yeah, where? You say Cat Farm. Yeah, where's Cat Farm? Am I blind? Yeah, GGGL. Yeah, there's a keep here. It would be Cocos to the left of it, right? Is that what you mean? This is the one summoning Elianas? Or is it another person? Like if you're saying that was the spy? Oh well, yeah, no, they're not. They're not going yet. You said left side of the Bastion. Oh, around here. Oh, sorry. I thought you meant it was a BDO player. Okay, I see right here. Oh, this is the person. Okay, I'm sorry. Are you saying this is the person that was a part of BDO and now they're, well, no, sorry, they couldn't have joined GG. I see. I'm sorry. So maybe you're just saying that this person was summoning Elianas to limit the TP spots for BDO, basically. If so, okay. Strategy, some tactics. Yeah. I mean, shockingly, this is, I think, probably the only action that we might get. Okay, okay, Asta, got you. Yeah, it took me a minute to get there, but but we got it. We found him. Yeah, but I think this is literally, I believe, the only potential action that we might end up getting. Again, I've done 2 or 3 cycles so far through all of the KVKs for Season of Strife that could be having some action. And at least at the moment, there is not. Maybe in one of the other KVK groups, possibly, but... Oh, maybe. Could it be the start? Shady, he's saying shady tactics? I mean, you know what this reminds me of? Throwing down the Elianas. This reminds me of what they would do in Rock, and I don't know if people still do this or not, but there used to be a tactic when Kingdoms got to Kingsland in KVK, the final zone. They would activate their skill, their alliance skill, that places a bunch of RSS nodes all over the place around them. And I believe you could choose where you wanted to do it. And I remember like people would just bring in alliance shells into the final zone, or they would bring in a bunch of shells so that they could activate this ability. And they would flood the field with all of these RSS tiles that they could spawn with this alliance skill. And basically they would try to time it out before they started activating it to get as many of their players into the final zone. And some people would even just like mass random TP after they captured the pass, I believe, just so they could try to get in there. And once they had enough or felt that they had more numbers in there than their opponents, they would start activating this after a certain point. And because it flooded the field with tiles, it meant that it was taking up space that others could have potentially used from their side, but more importantly, their opponents. And it allowed for them to have a numbers advantage in the final zone from having players there, which just basically meant faster response times and replenishment times for them. So when I think of people using Eliana summons as a way to flood the field and to potentially take up TP spots, I mean, I kind of look at it similar as how I looked at that. Like, yeah, would I not like to see that happen? Sure. But at the moment, I mean, it is what it is, right? I mean, it is a tactic, it is a strategy. And clearly it's one that, now keep in mind, would they be able to do this if BDO and GG were fighting at the same time from the passes once they opened? The answer there was no. They wouldn't have been able to do that. The only reason they're able to do it right now is because they have the majority of the territory in the zone and nearly up to the pass. So, I mean, listen, man, if they want to do that and it's a matter of, you know, if it's more about the fact that they just want to control the zone, or maybe they just think, you know, we're just going to use all means available to us, and if we end up winning the zone out that way, okay, so be it. I mean, obviously, doing things like that limits the amount of players from BDO that can get into their second zone 2, which also potentially can limit the amount of overall PvP that GG can get for how long. Right. So I mean, I think there are some pros and cons to being able to do something like that. I am not in favor of it. I'd rather not see those things happen and us just have a lot more thrilling open field PvP, because the most amount of players are able to get to where they need to get to fight each other. So yeah, absolutely, yeah, you're not going to get any pushback from me on that one. Mm-hmm. And Dream says, King can banish a city. Try doing that. Yeah, it's a good point. Oh, nice, dude. Look, I think we're gonna get some action. Sweetness. But no, you're right. So right, the King can banish that. That is a skill that you have. However, I mean, the next person could do it, right? It's not like I don't think it's foolproof. Not to say it's foolproof, but yeah, if you see someone annoyingly doing that, absolutely. I mean, is that the person? Is that the account that you want to do? For someone who's basically just kind of threw in a farm, probably collected a bunch of those Elianas, and then is just mass summoning them around the area? Maybe not. But yeah, it is an option technically. Dude, here we go, man. Oh, that action is sweet, sweet. 5. Nice. Dude, finally, man. We waited a little bit, but the waiting paid off. Yeah, man. Oh, so maybe that's what it was. Maybe they were waiting to set the rally on the Bastion then, huh? At that point. And then maybe that's why it was delayed, or they just didn't start when they could have started. I wonder if that had a reason, a factor to do with it. 21, yeah. I get to that in a sec. Let me be very clear. I do not speak bad about anyone. That is never like you're never going to hear me going in and be like, oh my God, how awful these players, and oh God, what piss poor strategy, and God forbid, grotesque tactics. No. That's never going to be me. I would have to go back and see exactly what was said. That sounds like either I'm being taken out of context, or maybe it depends on if someone said something, and again, maybe there wasn't a full watching of the clip. I'd have to go and see exactly what's being quoted here, because that just doesn't sound like me. For something that I would say in that particular manner and with that level of what seems to be direct aggression from what you're accounting. D-Ball, what up, baby girl? Happy to see you hanging out with us. Sorry, Blossom, what did you say? You said it's good to see you finally saying good things about 05DK. Wait, sorry, who's 05DK? Got him, coach. Got him. In your Zone 2 updates, remember when you spoke bad about us in Season 2? The growth, huzzah. Yeah, no, I'd have to go rewatch. Let me see where you guys are at, just so I can recall. 05D, where are you? Oh yeah, you guys were going up against Block in SOS 420 is the group you're in. That's with 18, 67, 102, 297, 305, 389. Yeah, you guys were in Chang Li, Zone 2, going up against them. Oh yeah, that was the SR SG guys going up against SN, and then the AX fam against SPA. Okay, I remember this now. I can't recall exactly what I said in that update video. I'm gonna try and do one again tomorrow morning. I might try and record one tonight. We'll see. Wow, that was a decent rally. But yeah, I'll take your word for it though. If it's something that I said that was nice-ish, I'll agree to that. Oh, okay. That sounds more like something I would say. You can sell me on that. That's funny. You said Blossom said season 2, 305 versus 306. Gosh, man. Okay, first off, you're taking me back now for that one. 305 versus 306, 307, 308. Nah, it wasn't direct aggression. You were just like, what the F are these people doing? Okay. Again, like I said, I'll bite. I will buy that because that sounds like something I would probably say, or I could have said. I wonder if I have records for that group. You said 305, 306, 307, 308. Let me see. Season 2. Let me see. I might have records for this. Oh, I do. I do have records for this. Okay. Back then, I'm telling you, man, this is the cool thing about me having KVK records, because I can see who fought who maybe won a zone. Like, I mean, I'm telling you right now, I wish I was keeping these kinds of historical records on all the KVK groups since the beginning. Like, I'll tell you this much. If I was a full-time creator in the beginning of COD, I would effortlessly be like just a phenomenal historian. Like, I would have so much historical data on every KVK, who fought against who, what the powers were, who won each zone, who won Dragon, who held in the end, what team won. I'd have a separate like rankings board for like what teams, which kingdoms have KVK wins versus losses. Like, I would have so much historical data. Dude, like you'd call me the Library of Congress. Like, literally, dude. Like, that's and to me it would be so fun, because like when you say something in live chat like that, it makes me think to myself, oh dude, that's so cool. That happened back then. You know what? Let me go see what my historical information has to say. Because I can see the matchup. It was, you were with GLZ. This was zone 2. You guys were GLZ, UO5DK, and etc. or ETC, and you guys were going up against Scythe. And then it was GLZU, O5DK. You guys also went up against SOH back then. When it got to zone 3, and this was back in the Bellerin season 2 map as well, I should know. Oh my God, dude. I'm telling you right now, it is so awesome to recall all of this history. In zone 3, at the level 4 pass, this was in More Brez, which was the left or northwestern zone 3. It was Sod and Sin going up against you guys, O5DK and GLZ, in More Brez. I think Sod and Sin won that, because the note that I have here is that there was no more fighting in the FZ. Only Sod and Sin are in now. So I think they might have won that season if my notes do not disappoint me. But yeah. That's so wild that you mentioned that, Blossom. I appreciate you bringing up some historicalness out there. And then that allowed for me to get to have the light bulb moment of, let me see if I have some. Yeah, man. And again, those are the things I want to point out, man. Like, those are the things for me that make playing COD so enjoyable. And think about how many people like to hear things like that, where, and I'm talking any player. Imagine if I had all this historical data because I was collecting it, saving it, documenting it from the beginning, and I was able, like Dream could ask me something, or Ball could ask me something about, or we get to talking, and people start saying, "Oh yeah, I remember back in this KVK, these guys did this or that," and then I can go back to my notes and look at, what actually happened in that KVK. How did things play out? Who won? Who didn't win? How did that factor into maybe the next KVK season? Just being able, I think, to provide those storylines and share, providing a little bit more context, a little bit more of the storytelling, right? Kind of filling out the POV of something that happened. Like, those things to me just add such a breath of fresh air to a conversation, to a discussion. I mean, think about how often it is that players in a live chat like ours or others, or even just on the COD Discord, how many times do you guys see people talk about past experiences, past KVKs, past matchups, past fights, past allies, past betrayals? And you think to yourself, you know what? These seem like really isolated conversations because I wasn't there, right? It's only the people who were in it. But I think to myself, well, man, what if I did have all this historical data and information, and we're doing a stream and somebody brings something up, or we look at something on the COD Discord that people were going back and forth about one day, and I could go look at my notes and be able to speak to that, right? Those things to me, right? And okay, and so, and Vape comes in, dude, quality post here from Vape. What up, Vape? Vape says, Blossom, that season was so long ago, I can barely remember what happened. And Blossom says he's in 308, right? So this goes, and dude, look at how this all connects. This is the sexiness about it here. Blossom talks about something that happened in a season. I go back, I look at my notes, I can speak to some information. Vape is like, oh, that was so long ago. I'm in 308, which was one of the kingdoms Blossom mentioned for that season 2 KVK. But then imagine if I have more detailed notes on things that played out. And then now we can maybe have a conversation about that. Maybe other people in the live stream were a part of that KVK. And now all of a sudden we're having a fuller conversation on something that happened in the past because we're able to recall a little bit more of what happened. Like, that to me, it's basically just all a long-winded way of me saying that I wish I was doing content full-time. Like, I wish I was making enough to do it full-time, because if I was in a position to do these things in the very beginning when the game was released, oh, dude, I'd have a field day. I would, man. I would be such a historical cataloger of just how KVKs played out, which kingdoms, what everyone's KVK win-loss record is, all this stuff, right? Yeah. And don't get me wrong, I could do it now. There's just not enough time. Like, I would have to be doing this full time to really dedicate a period of time to like catalog every KVK. Yeah. But man, that's so awesome. I appreciate you sharing that, Blossom. That is so cool. Because that, to me, that's absolutely one of the things that I love about where we can kind of take discussions. And, I think there's something very, maybe romantic is probably not the most appropriate word to use, but also there's a nostalgic. There's something very pleasantly nostalgic about when you've been playing a game for a while and you can then go and refer or look at past situations, past KVKs, and then you can just have a good conversation, good discussion about that. That stuff to me makes me happy. So yeah, I appreciate you mentioning that. Blossom says, looking at the historical data would be awesome to see the growth of the game. Yeah, no, absolutely. You said GLZ didn't do anything, to be honest. Their leaders betrayed the realm. S&D decided not to fight at all and join the enemies at the end of the season. Okay. Well, see, there you go. There you go. Boss says that's really true. I feel like I'm one of the only people who do talk about it because I remember every moment of every season, even season one. It's like I'm a human archive. Yeah. And my gosh, and that stuff to me, I personally, I think that is such a lost, I don't want to say art, but I think it's a lost point of emphasis, a lost point of interest, let me say. When, because that's the thing, like I was saying earlier, I see so many people every day. Maybe not so many. Maybe I'll say there's multiple moments, but so many times where I see people on the COD Discord in Gen Chat will talk about things that happened in past seasons. Sometimes you'll see things that people bring up that happened in season 1, season 2, season 3, like from the OG days, right? Post global, and sometimes even in beta. And to be able, like, I would love, if I had more data, if I had more stuff cataloged, I would love to be able to either set the record straight, because sometimes it, like, it turns, as we know, sometimes it turns into a he said, she said thing, and you just don't really know. And so I'd love to be able to either add some facts to discussions that are happening, or maybe add some data here or there, or say like, well, look, this is what played out in that, because I took some pretty diligent notes for how things played out, even if it's just adding a little bit to the discussion that's happening. So maybe it generates more discussion, more engagement on the Discord, which I think is still a plus for the community, right? As long as it doesn't turn into, hate or negative banter or anything like that, I think it is a good, positive thing. So yeah, absolutely. Yeah. If anything, I would argue that's probably one of my biggest, I don't want to say regrets, but I think it's one of my biggest missed opportunities. In addition, because I could have made so much content out of that. I mean, think about if I was collecting all that data and then I started coming out with like monthly or bi-monthly rankings on which kingdoms are the best KVK performers. Just mind blown. Just think about that for a moment. If I was collecting all this data and how all these KVKs ended, right? Who was in final zone when it ended, who wasn't in final zone, who captured dragon, which team won, which team lost, and I started plugging in all these metrics, all these statistics on who won and who lost KVKs, and then maybe some other details as well. And I was able to put out a historical global ranking of win-loss ratios for KVKs. I mean, and that's just one idea, right? We can also put out something like, who's held the most dragons, who's made it into the most amount of final zones, who's made it into the most amount of zone 3s. I mean, you can really start just going in so many different directions with that if the data is available to you. So yeah, it's just, and that's just me scratching the surface, right? So, oh my gosh, yeah, it's just, I wish I was in a position to do that stuff, because I'd love to. Yeah, Vape said more memorable with you guys was the season DK and Raven held the one Korean Alliance G something from Final Zone, while RS and Beck held around the Dragon from SSG or whatever that alliance was called. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my gosh, dude. This is some good nostalgia right now. This is quality nostalgia. I'm all for it. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, it's so good. Vape said, so hard to remember all the alliance. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'd have to write them all down. There's no way I'd be able to remember everything. Doggo, what's up? Do you plan to make a ranking video on Last Great High? It's kind of a heat map. So I did do a ranking video on the Last Great Heights. I don't know if you watched it yet. I think I did it a couple days ago. But the sheet's public. It's already posted as well. It's on my Discord if you want to access it. You just have to go to go to the reaction roll channel, and then go to CallofDragons, go to COD data stats, you'll find it there. It should be in the temp area, I believe. Let me double check and make sure, but I'm pretty sure it's there. Yeah. Killam, I think Killam might be putting out his video on it as well, but because again, he does like the big heat map stuff. I didn't do as much as he usually does. I did more than I usually do. But yes, I did do a video on it, and I did make the sheet public. Let me just double check and make sure it's there, though. So, yeah, let me just double check. I'm pretty sure it is, though. Oh, it's not. Okay, hang on. Bear with me a moment. I thought it was there. Give me a sec here. Let me find it. Oh, here it is. Heights of Power. Okay, I'm going to add it now. So, yeah, I'll tell you in a moment. Yeah, that's my fault. I thought I had already put it there. All right, cool. I'm adding it right now. Where's this one? Here we go. Okay, I just added it. So it is there for you now. Just in case if you do want to access the sheet. But if you want to see the video, it is there as well. Yeah. Siege, what's up, man? Just returned to COD from like a year break. Wow. First off, welcome back. Second off, I hope you had good R&R for that year. I'm severely underpowered. What should I do? So there's two things you can do. Number one, are you in an active kingdom? If you are in an active kingdom and there's at least one active alliance, and let's say it's not dead and or dying. It depends on what kingdom you're in. You have to tell me the number. But if you are, then I would say keep playing your account, pick it back up, because you've probably got some rewards, some system mails, things like that you can use. And plus, if you're in an active kingdom too as well, you're going to have access to, I believe, some of the more recent heroes as well. Let's say the only way I would maybe consider you restarting or giving up on the account is if you're just in, and on top of which you don't want to migrate. Because that could be your third option. So I should say really you have three options. You can either, if your home kingdom is still doing good, you could stay there. If it's not, your second option is to migrate. And then your third option, I would say, which is probably your last option, would be to restart. But I would really only restart if two, you don't spend any money on the game, you're not going to plan to spend on all, maybe you don't want to grind for the permits, and your kingdom is dead and or dying. Then I would consider, at that point, maybe you can restart. So, yeah, if you tell me your kingdom number, I can take a look and I can maybe give you an idea. Oh, yeah. See, there you go. Blossom said the same thing. Yeah, man. Muhammad, what's up, man? Welcome. Good morning from me. Dude, good evening to you. Well, good evening from me to you. Kingdom 79, ROC Alliance, previously known as NASTi. Oh, yeah, the rebrand. Welcome, man. Yeah, dude, we were watching. I think we were watching some NASTi plays, too, as well. Well, welcome. Thanks for hanging. Beans, what up? Yeah, just spent 5K chips to migrate to 30 mil. To migrate to 30 mil. Yeah, man. Why are you giving him year ago migration prices? That's messed up. I mean, you're technically not wrong for a year ago, but It's going to cost a little bit more than 5K gems at this point. Just a smidgen, just a smidgen. Oh, I see what you meant. I see what you meant. I thought you were talking about, I thought you were making a joke about a year ago when it was 5K gems literally to migrate in total for anyone. Okay. I see. I see what you mean. You mean as far as permits go. Okay, gotcha. Gotcha. Yeah, I know. I thought you were making like a really good historical joke. That's where my mind went with it. Got it. But you meant presently and literally. Got you. Or literally presently. Understood. That's good. That's funny. That was funny. Dude, how dare they? How dare they just go fight other things? I wonder why they're waiting. Are they just waiting? So my thing is this. I assume they're just waiting for the Bastion to finish, right? Is that has to be the main thing we're waiting for right now. Yeah, because the ore, even the flag, the gold mine, that's not really doing anything right now. Let's see. Dude, no way. Did their FZ already open? Oh my God, could we have been watching this already? Dude, wow, their FZ, oh my God. Final zone for G1 open. No, sorry, am I tripping? Okay, thank God. Woo. Don't play with your boy like that. Everyone saw that. That wasn't me, right? Everyone saw that the indicator to me looked like it was in the FZ. So that was not me. See? Look. That is in the FZ. This is false advertising. Look at this. The same thing. It's in the FZ, but we're not in the FZ. It's taking me somewhere else. Ooh, look at this, dude. Are we going to get some PvP action between... Okay, nice. See, they were fighting earlier. We're going to hang out here for a bit. Damn it. Dude, they hyped me. They got me good there. I was really thinking for a sec, did we miss out on that? Were we about to see some FZ stuff? We do need to go through. That's what I'm going to do. Oh, let me do that real quick. Well, yeah, let me see if I can do that real quick. Let's go. I need to go through and see when the G1 groups are opening their stuff. So since they're fighting, we'll hang out here with CNN and DK for a minute because I need to go and figure out when the passes are opening for the G1 groups for the FZ. So let's go to Kingdom 22, 521. Is that where I left off at? Let me just make a note there. Okay, cool. Oops. Yeah, let's go to 22. That's one of the first groups. Oh, CNN is pushing. Wow. Okay, so 6001, their pass. Oh crap! Hang on, I can just go look at their group. So yeah, because their pass should already have the countdown, huh? Yeah, let me go check 6001. Oh, because their pass is 10 hours, 35 minutes. Okay, so let me figure that one out. 10 hours, what did we say? 10 hours, 35 minutes. So opens 10 hours, 9:35. Okay, so it'll be 9:35 a.m. East. 4-4. Okay, cool. Awesome. We got one. Yeah. Okay, cool. Let's do 6002. That's Kingdom 3. Yeah. So we got one group that's, one group that opens tomorrow, 9:35. Let me see when the second group opens for Gen 1. So they'll be opening in 12 hours and 35 minutes for the second group. Okay, let's see. Okay. So 12 hours 35. So we said 9, so that'll be 10:37 a.m. East 4-4. Okay, cool. There we go. Okay, we got to do, let's go to Kingdom 7 next. That'll be one of the next groups. And we'll check that out. Jeez, dude, they're just all over them right now, huh? Oh, okay, so the third group here, wow. So third group will be a bit 12, 10, that's 22 hours from now. So that'll be 8:55 p.m. tomorrow. Okay, looks like about 8:55 p.m. Ooh, that's good for me. Yes. Why? Because I'll be there for that one. Look at that. I get one. The gods have blessed me with one. Dude, how far are they going to push up? Jeez Louise. Okay, I got to go to Kingdom 214. And that's the fourth KVK. That's 6004. Okay, yeah, let's take a look at 214. Okay, so they got an hour and 11 minutes. So we're looking at 13 hours, 11 minutes for this one. Oh, are they pushing them back? Oh, they are. So 13 hours, 11 minutes. So 12 hours, 11, 12. So 12:15? Yeah, we'll go 12:15 p.m. East, 4-4. Okay. So that's a little bit later in the day. A little bit closer to me, I think. Okay, that's not bad. Kingdom 2. And then we need to figure out, is there going to be fighting and who's going to be fighting, right? So that'll be one of the next things we can maybe go and see if we can figure that out. But at least get the pass opening times for tomorrow. Because like I said, that's probably what's most important right now. Oh, okay. Oh, passes already. Oh, passes are. Oh, crud. What group was this? What group is this? Oh, 6005. Okay, good. Oh, that's Gray SVR's group. Okay, cool. So their passes are already on timer. Whoa. Why is there did I misread that? Oh wow, okay. I did misread that. So they have a day and 12. So that's what it says 11:06 tomorrow. That's 11:06 tomorrow p.m. minus 3 hours, 8:06. So let's say 8 p.m. So tomorrow, 8 p.m. Oh, wow. So it'll be 8 a.m. on 4/5 for this group. Okay, cool. Yeah, which I probably won't be able to do anything for that. For that time, just based on that timing. Cool. All right, let's go to 35. I think that's the next one, huh? Okay, so we got 9.5 hours plus 12. We're looking at about 21.5 right now. So basically 2.5 hours I'm going to minus from tomorrow. That'd be 9, 8, 37. So we'll say 8:35. Oh, wow, that's actually good. That's right around my time. Yes. Oh, that's pretty good. Cool. Oops. So I'm actually really happy with that time opening there. Okay, and then we have 2 more groups. So I have to go to 126 for this one. Yeah. Siege, what's up? Kingdom 2. Oh, it's Kingdom 2. Okay, 250. Okay. Yeah, let me, I'll take a look at 250 when I finish. I just got to grab these 2 other Kingdom times. Then we'll have a better idea. And then we can do that. So this is 7:31. So based on this, I'm looking at 12 from now. That'll be 11:09 a.m. Oh, yeah. 11:09 a.m. 6:09 p.m. 6:40. Yeah. 6:40 p.m. tomorrow. Ooh, this is really good. Wow, this one opens at 6:40. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. p.m. East. 4. Okay, cool. Also, at least half of these are opening basically right when I get off. Oh, that is so cool. Oh, that makes me so happy. So happy. Okay, last one we gotta do is Kingdom 1 to figure out. And again, keep in mind, these are for the Gen 1 KVKs, right? So these are for all the Gen 1 KVK groups in Season 3 for when their final zone opens up tomorrow. So, okay, yeah, this should be the last group. We just need to check for when level 5 passes open. Okay, so they're going to be a minute. They got day and a half. So we did a minus 3 hours and 10 minutes. So, so that's 8 p.m. So we're looking 8 a.m. Oh, wow, there we go. 8 a.m. on the 5th. Okay, cool. Awesome. That actually didn't take that long. 4, 5. Sweet. All right, we figured it out. All right, so we have all the pass opening times ready for tomorrow. For the Gen 1 KVK group. Sweet. Exciteronied. Yeah. So we're all set for tomorrow. That's great. What we could do, I mean, it really just depends on, like, do we want to go the extra mile here or not? There is the Winter is Upon Us group, which I don't know where they're at. I'm going to look real quick. Yeah, because I have no idea if there's any PvP here going on. I don't think so. What does this map even look like? God, it's been so long since I've looked at like another KVK map or an older one. Oh, I see. So Winter is Upon Us has the Zone 2s in between, and then it's the 3 Zone 3s and the FZ in, I think, in the middle. Yeah. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. So they opened already. Level 1 pass, level 1 pass. Oh, maybe they just opened. Actually, it looks like, are they pushing? No, they're not pushing. Okay. Never mind. Yeah, maybe it's already opened and we're just not going to see action. That looks like how it's going to play. Yeah. Okay. So zone 2 basically is already done. I'd have to, oops, my bad. Why am I zooming out all the way? Yeah, I'd have to go in here to one of these kingdoms and take a look. Where am I right now? Let me see. Can I go into one of these? What's the lowest one? Is that 11? Okay. Yeah, let me go see. Let's go into 11 and take a look. Okay, do I have Augerstone built? Thank God I do. Okay, let's see where they are in the timeline. Oh, I see. So they're level 3 pass. Oh, wow. So their level 3 pass is going to open next. Okay, let's go back to BDO. Let me see if they're finally tickling some people. They're not. Damn, are they just chilling? Oh, they moved up. Did they move up? No, they didn't move up. Oh, wow. So they're going to start working on the GG fort now. Interesting. Okay, so that's basically what they're going for. All right. Almost up at this point. Yo, look at Blink, dude. He's like, man, I'm just going to go have some fun in here with these guys. I mean, man, might as well. Oh, so, okay, so... dude, listen. Level 3... We might actually get some more here, depending on how much later we stay up. So level 3 passes, which open up the zone 3s in this Winter is Upon Us season, open up in 34 minutes. 34 minutes. Oh my gosh. So yeah, I'm looking right now to see if anyone's like ready to go fight. But yeah, dude, 34 minutes. That is wild. Yeah, dude, they're getting on this thing to destroy it. Look at that. No. Okay, oh, gotcha, Siege. Also love the content you put out. Appreciate, man. Appreciate. Means a lot. I was in BPM, but they kicked me out and zeroed me, but it was understandable since I stopped playing. Yeah, no, I gotcha. Yeah, this I need to put this on my board real quick. Yeah, what group is this? SOS2 4028. Okay. It's 228. Winter is Upon Us. There's a lot of kingdoms in there too. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna look around right now and see if there is anyone who's gearing up, because they got like 34 minutes. Okay, so like I do see some people. Yeah, I mean, it's still a little bit of ways. I see some people lining up for level for passes. I don't see like a big horde yet, but Okay, that one was somewhat sizable. Oh, not too many people there, Vok. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess there's not really. Yeah, there's not really anyone lining up a lot. Maybe that'll change in the next 20 minutes, 23 minutes or so. Maybe we could take a look again. But yeah, I mean, it looks like maybe 5 or 6 of the passes are, maybe 4 or 5 of the passes have people on them. So yeah, it's not too much. I mean, shockingly, I thought it might have been a little bit more, but it was not. Yeah, I should totally ask them. These guys, man. Yeah, let me ask. Hey, y'all, is there going to be any Zone 3 fighting between any kingdoms in this KVK once the passes open in a bit? Okay, I just asked. Ooh, should I have asked in Realm chat? No, 4021. No, I think this is the right chat to ask in. Yeah, because this is the Bellerin chat. Okay. I just asked them. I'm going to see if anyone gives me an answer in this KVK group before maybe I move on to see about calling a courage. Because calling a courage, but I wonder if they just started. Let me see. Let me see where they're at. Oh, damn, dude. They're in the FZ already. For calling a courage. Wow. It looks like maybe they've already been fighting too. Okay, well, yeah, man, there you go. She's the FZ already opened. At least for one of the groups it did. Yeah. Wow. Pre-strife. Oh, I guess I could take a look here. Rage of the Dragons for pre-strife. They're already in the FZ here too. Wow. Okay, yeah, looks like maybe they've been fighting over here. No one's building. Yeah, doesn't look like there's anything really. I wonder about season 3. I'm looking at this season 3 Rise of Dragon for 2601. Oh, FC hasn't opened, but it will open next. Oh, they're doing Rise of the Dragon too. Interesting. Okay, yo, so they're okay. Okay, yo, so some people are responding to me in the 4028 chat. So they're saying that there is going to be some fighting once the pass is open tonight. Okay, they're saying EX WTF. Okay. EX. Okay, cool. I'm gonna write that down. I think this is zone 3. I just don't know what I don't know what the thing is called. But we'll just do this. First WTF. Now I need to go figure out which zone they're in. Yeah, because I think we're just mainly going to be chilling right here, man. Like, I don't think there's going to be a lot. I think it's going to be... Oh, there we go. We'll show the keep. We'll show the keep. Let me find EXWTF. Where are they? Yes. Oh, here we go. And then WTF has to be here. Yeah, they are. Okay, nice. So that's in Horneck. I'm going to write that down. Horneck. Horneck, okay. And then I think I said passes open like around 11:45. Right? Opens. Sweet. Yeah, I think it's about that time. Yeah, they open in 26 minutes. Yeah, oh, I see. So that's 11:48, if I want to be technical. Okay, cool. Dude, they're just still going. Yeah, the problem is that if we do keep going, by the time we get to... Yeah, that's the problem. Like, if I was doing this full time, once again, yeah, not to beat a dead horse with a stick, but yeah, I wish I had more time. Because we could have stayed on and watched the pass opening for that KVK group. But, oh, God, yeah. I mean, the problem is once the pass opens, it's still going to be a minute before they obviously connect, right? It's not going to happen right away. We have to consider that too. Yeah, I wish. Absolutely, I wish. Yeah, that would have been so great to do that if we were able to catch that maybe when it was going. Yeah, it looks like BDO and GG slowing down for a bit now. It looks like they're... I mean, again, if they hold this, they might end up getting this 4.5 on it left. Well, okay, fam. We are at almost 3 hours. And that is, I think, going to do it for us, at least right now. Remember, tomorrow, we will be streaming again. Most likely it's going to be earlier. So, again, if you want to hang out with us, probably going to be about 6 p.m. Eastern, 22 UTC. If you want to get notified when we have new content coming out, you can join the Discord. Link to that's at the top of the live chat. And then you just have to go to the Reaction World channel to select live stream or for new content notifications. And as always, it's a pleasure having you here. Always enjoy the people that are hanging out with us. And hopefully we'll continue to grow as we continue to stream more and more often, which is my plan, to try and cover a lot more stuff. So thank you so much for rocking with us. And as always, whether it's morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are, I hope you have a great rest of your day. And we'll catch you in the next one.